Thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, and let me just a little bit more detail about myself. In the sense that why am I talking about lifestyle and sexual health, right? Okay. I'm a gastroenterologist and a pathologist by specialty, and then I go into regenerative medicine. In regenerative medicine, I specialize in longevity and healthy aging. And sexual health is part and parcel of the whole management process. Okay. And then I met Dr. Ang in one of the exhibition conference, and I'm very impressed with Dr. Ang because of the interest in bioresonance. I've heard of bioresonance many years ago, maybe easily 15, 20 years ago. The role of bioresonance in health. It is scientific. There is a little bit of controversy, but because I'm very deep in my specialty, I try to retrain myself by doing bioresonance and biofrequency. But I still continue to follow the development. And when I see how enthusiastic he is, I want to know more about what he's doing, and so we get to know each other. And I'm very happy that there is a younger generation that's interested in this area. Yeah. Because mainstream medicine doesn't have the answer to everything in your health. So you've got to explore other areas. That's why I have migrated from my own discipline, gastroenterology and pathology, into regenerative medicine. Yeah, I did another master's degree in regenerative medicine. And me, my wife, and my doctor, all our doctors, we venture into other form of complementary medicine. Okay, so this is where we are, and I'm talking about what I do with my patients, and in terms of their sexual health. Okay, so you can ask me at any point. We got 30 minutes to talk about this and 10 minutes for question. But we will be very fast. I'm going to tell you the overall picture, the details. If you're interested, you can go during the question and answer time. And I also understand there are doctors here and also a spectrum of audience. Okay, so where is the
Dr. Amin, sorry to just say that we have a technical issue.
Okay.
Short circuit.
Okay.
So what is your first slide?
Oh, that's okay. Everything is here. Yeah. When the slide comes, you use the slide. Or else I will just tell you, it's almost I think my fingertips because I want to see my
Can everyone see this?
That's okay. We will go through it later on. Yeah. If time permits. Number one, whenever I see a patient, depending on their age group, I will just plan for them in terms of their health expectations. We will have to address the patient as a whole. We cannot break them up into systems. Cardiologists, pathologists, gastroenterologists. That is the approach of the mainstream. But we have to address them as a whole, and I will actually calculate their life expectancy. I will tell them that you are at my age, that 100 minus my age, you take 2/3 of that number and add to your age. That is how long you will live in terms of my calculation. That is how the insurance company will calculate your premium. Understand? Okay? That is your life expectation. My life expectation by calculation, plus or minus 2 years, is 84 to 86. Right? So I got another probably 20 years to live. So my health planning is for the next 20 years. It is not the time I'm seeing the patient or the doctor. You understand? Yeah? So we have to plan in terms of our sexual health too in the next probably 10, 15, 20 years, depending on what age you are now. Number one. Number two, in terms of your health, that is the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. We have to address everything. When we talk about sexual health, you cannot have a healthy sexual health if physically you are sick. So I have a good sexual health and I have a toothache. None. So we have to address the health first and make sure we are healthy and optimal in the best way and that we can. So that is the physical health that we have to address. Then we have to look at the mental health. Whether you are functioning mentally, you are active, alert, you are still using your mental capacity or not. Then we have got emotional health. How happy you are. The spectrum of happiness. Whether you're happy, whether you're depressed or not. Alright, is that? Okay?
Yes.
I hope we're going. Okay, is that error?
Left first.
This is the lazy. Okay. So we have to look at the physical health, emotional, social, spiritual, and mental. Okay? We will not be very too wide in our approach. So, emotional well-being, how happy we are, what are components that constitute emotional well-being. So, all those components that is related to our health, we must know where we are in the spectrum of health. For example, now, it says that if you can rate your health out of 10, being healthy and you are as though you were 30 or 35 years old, right? Compared to the time then, and you are now, out of 10, how much would you give yourself? Is it a 7? Is it a 5? Is it a 2? You know yourself, right? So when you see it for the first time, I will have to have some idea of where you are in that spectrum of health. Let's say you are 6. Try to have certain justification why you think your health now is 6 out of 10. What is a 10? A 10 is when you are very healthy, you got all the energy running around, and you're very motivated, both in terms of physical, mental, and emotional well-being. You understand? Yeah? Then, when you fall ill, you must know why do you fall ill. There is a natural history of why you fall ill. The day you fall ill, the day you are sick, you have already been unwell for about a week, a month, a few years. So the day you see the doctor is not the day you fall ill. For example, a diabetic patient, they are pre-diabetic for 15 years before they see a doctor. For example, a heart problem, respiratory problem. So we have to start and look at the cause, the etiology, many years. And most of the time, we miss the boat. When you're already sick, you already miss the boat. So let's not miss the boat for the next 10, 15 years. I already calculated your life expectancy. Let's say all of us going to live up to 80. So let's not miss the boat and look at our health and parameter of our health so that we will continue to at least be in our state of health now in the next 10, 15 years. That is the minimum we can expect. But when we talk about lifestyle, if we change our lifestyle, we might be better than what we are now. That's why we're talking about the lifestyle. Okay? Lifestyle, there are other parameters that we need to address in terms of the lifestyle. And then we're going to focus as to how this lifestyle influences our sexual health. That's even more narrowed down. Yeah? I always say that the two pleasures in life is sex and food. It's up here and one is down there. These are the two things that we have to take care. We are very concerned about our food that we eat, the taste, and where we go, and beyond, all these things. And so does the sexual aspect. The sexual aspect is not only in the bedroom. The sexual aspect is everything. Everything. The loving feeling, the desire, the libido is not just confined to your bedroom. And I hope I will try to impress on you upon the factors that is involved in this sexual health. So the natural history. So the natural history of the disease. So when the disease starts, you have missed all these things. The state of susceptibility, the early sign of the disease, the early signs of you having a sexual problem. Then you just ignore it, or you just keep quiet about it, or you just refuse to talk about it. The silence sometimes will be very more detrimental than the problem itself. I use the word problem. I don't say the disease. You understand? You might not have the disease. It is just a situation, even better, a situation that can change. with time. Yeah. So it is a situation in terms of your sexual issues. So how is this these signs and symptoms related to the lifestyle? In lifestyle, there is a huge branch of medicine now. They call it lifestyle medicine. Yeah. We have advanced in terms of lifestyle medicine, personalized medicine, regenerative medicine, functional medicine. These are all big disciplines, big disciplines. We have got a whole society, a whole faculty that features in terms of lifestyle medicine. And the pillars of the lifestyle medicine is eating well, and also eating well, and then keep moving. I like the word keep moving because I need exercise. Yeah, keep moving. Even if you're walking, even if it means of course it's a privilege you can climb up stairs. You understand? It's a privilege you can park right in front of the cafe. It's okay if you have to park somewhere. Look upon that as a privilege to walk. You understand? There are people who can't walk, and if you are the one that don't have to go jogging, I don't have to go jogging, but I walk. I walk a lot. I count my steps. In 1 minute, I had either 95 to 105 steps. You understand? So you can count how far you walk in 1 minute. You count for yourself. There are times when you can walk leisurely. There are times you want to walk hurriedly. So 95 to 105 in 1 minute. Okay? So sleep well. You can stress, diet, exercise. Sleep is number one. You understand? No matter who you are, you might be the prime minister, the president, you cannot cut short your sleep of 7 hours. The sleep has got its function. You might be the top CEO, you cannot sleep less than 7 hours. Combination, a nap, yeah. But when you're used to it, you are optimal. You know the quality of your sleep. You might get away with 6 or 5 hours. This is when you have your deadline that you have to finish. You can be awake for 2 days and night, but then you have to catch up with your sleep. Your sleep deficit. You understand? So when you are healthy, you can afford to sleep less, but you have to catch up with your sleep. So sleep very important, yeah. And then you have to be present. I will not elaborate on many other things. Stress. You have to tell people. You have to be very positive and have the empathy. Oh, okay. Okay, so sexual health. This is the definition of sexual health, yeah? WHO definition, but it's too broad. I'm not going to discuss too broad. We're just going to talk about sexual health requires positive, respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationship. And then to look at the pleasure. We will skip in terms of a safe sexual experience, free position, discrimination, and violence. It is important in a bigger picture. But in our discussion today, we'll combine that. Nobody here is going to, what we call this, coerce you into having a sexual experience in your life, or in terms of discrimination. Okay? We combine to that. How to achieve a normal sexual relationship. Okay, sexual health, many things. Sometimes people are not happy with their sexual health because of the fear. Because of the fear of pregnancy, the contraception, the acceptability, the availability, many things, yeah. But it's too broad. I'm just confining it to the person or to the couple, alright? So, when Dr. Ang wants to organize this talk, we want to talk about cardiovascular. You might be wondering, what has sex got to do with cardiovascular and heart? Very limited, because it is vascular. Your heart, your coronary artery disease, your heart attack, and your blood supply to your sexual organ is very closely related. Yeah? So, the relationship, the common denominator is the vascular organ. We don't look even at the heart. We look at the vessels, the one that supplies the oxygen to the heart. Again, I must mention to you that this is in the context of a good physical health, emotional health, mental health, social health. I can talk about spiritual health, but later on, it is relevant. Yeah? because some people are linked with sexual vitality, with spirituality, and so that one not this side. So when we put to our health, we have to look at that physical, environmental, socio-economic, healthcare. They are related. We cannot separate them. Yeah, we think it's not related. But when we have economic problem, it comes under the word of stress. You understand? Your mind is thinking of something else. I don't think you can have a good sexual performance. So, the common thing. Now, that's both male and female, okay? Some of the words that I'm using can be very strong. We are all adults, yeah? We cannot address the topic of health without saying certain words that, are a bit sensitive, okay? So, in terms of erectile dysfunction, it's very much related to the heart disease. Both ways, yeah? Sometimes we present with erectile problem, so you must be thinking about, oh, maybe the blood supply to my heart is also not as good. Or people who have got a heart problem, they have been having poor sexual performance for many years. They didn't realize it. Or maybe sex is no longer part of their everyday life. This is sad. Yeah? This is sad because I think we should benefit and enjoy our sex life until you die, until you're 80. You'll be surprised? Yeah? I used to have a coach. I used to have a coach. He said, my father used to have sex every day and twice a day in weekends. My coach. Anthony Robbins. Yeah? Anthony Robbins is my coach. And he used to say that in almost all the workshops that I went, and that's it. It's normal. Some people, some culture, they just cut off from that part. I can speak about the Malays. Once they want to pause, they forget the body. They forget the body, they used to forget the body, they pretend to forget the body, they have to talk about it, and then they say that their relationship is further apart. We can't. Well, sex by definition, not on reading the things, you understand? Sex is the loving feelings and the caring and the responsibility that you have to actually continue. Until the end. This is what sex is. But for some reason, the definition has been narrowed or has been skewed to one form or another. At least in this school, I want you to know that sex starts from breakfast up to midnight, and not only in the bedroom, it is everywhere. Keep that in mind, yeah? So that my what time is it? Yeah, I can talk about it. I think the good
Dr. Amin to relax. Okay, 3:30.
Huh?
3:30.
3:30.
Okay.
Okay. Yang pertama untuk dijelas, okay? I haven't started yet in terms of the treatment, okay? This is the so when your blood vessel is obstructed, your blood vessels in the penis is also obstructed, right? Yeah. The blood vessels in the penis also. It's even more important because the blood vessel there is very tiny and sponge-like. And when the supply of blood vessels to maintain erection is no longer there. So you can have erection. Even if you have erection, the nerve and also the respiratory, the connective tissue there is less due to age or and due to not being used. Like what I'm used, huh? You see, you don't have a good muscle, you don't exercise, right? This is an exercise all the right? But even if you're having regular sexual relationship, you will forget. I used to have one or two patients, I would ask how often you have sex a week. Then she said, I use a Japanese patient, very polite. 3. I mean 3. I also impressed. 3 times a year. No. If you see me, I will describe for you. How often you should sex, you should have sex. For me, depending on your age. If you are between 30 to 40, it's often you can have sex 3 times a week. Now, think of the days. Yeah, 3 times a week. As you get older, maybe the least is maybe in the 50s, once a week. Otherwise, you have a Ferrari in the garage, you are using it at one point. You will forget about it. You will forget the time will come. If you do not engage in a loving relationship with your wife or spouse, you will forget how to hold her, how to show your love. This is very true. I went for my second honeymoon after 20 years of marriage. Because marriage is very like, okay, we are married, we then all around, we went to again. And Tony Robbins rekindled the marriage life, the sexual life. After 20 years, second honeymoon. So I know, maybe I do not practice 100% of what I have learned, I'm sharing it with you. That the sexual aspect in terms of our relationship is so very important, and it's beyond. It's beyond the bedroom. I just want to ask you a question. How often you go out dating with your wife? At any age now. At any age. You might be at 70, 60. You go out like you were dating when you were at 20 before? Never. Think back, and I describe my patient. This man, because pick up your wife twice. It's not once a week. It's a simple. Let's have a campaign of that. You and your wife. Not with the children. The idea is when you go out with the children, the idea is to go forward. So long story, but do it. There is a prescription now. A prescription, or perhaps you start to rekindle your. So it is in your heart, you can have a stenting. It is in the but in the penis, it can. So this is the statistics of heart disease and erectile dysfunction. Okay? I'm going to go for the treatment now. This is ELP and academic. Now, this is the proof. 40% of people over 40 have erectile dysfunction, and the problem is in terms of the endothelial pathology. Is the endothelium of the blood vessels which is inflamed. And when the blood vessels is inflamed, it heals by fibrosis. Then the blood vessels become hard and thicken, therefore the blood flow cannot go through it. Therefore you will have a poor erection. So this is part of aging. So in order to aging is inflammation. Yeah? Inflammation. Aging is inflammation. The more you have inflammation in your body, the faster you will be aging. Yeah? Because of the sickness. So we have a parameter to measure inflammation of the blood vessels. And it is the homocysteine. Homocysteine actually is a must for all those people who are concerned about cardiovascular health. Yeah? But we measure the homocysteine, we know where is the inflammation. What is the state of the inflammation of the blood vessels? Yeah? It is very objective, okay? Inflammation affect the oxidative stress and all those things. Yeah? So the homocysteine can lead to infertility, depression, hearing loss, quality decline. And there are various other causes of low homocysteine. Your systemic problem, your what you call this, diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, all these will cause high homocysteine cancer. Yeah? So when you measure your homocysteine, you know where you are, and the treatment is so simple. The homocysteine here is part of the cell repair. Yeah, in the cycle here, therefore you need vitamin B12, B6, and folic acid. Very simple. We used to have it in our food, but now the food is not that quality. So we have to take extra supplement. B12, B6, folic acid. Remember that, yeah? So this will have the effect of the cell, of the blood vessel cells, and also the DNA and RNA repair. Alright. These are how we improve heart health. I will talk about it. So the management of the sexual health, we are going to talk about the individual management, the couple, the family support, ini apa ada as a checklist. Okay. First, general well-being. Your general well-being in terms of sexual health must be optimal. If you are sick, I don't expect you to have a very good sexual health or sexual life. Because you are sick, and all the function is interrelated. The brain to the heart, to the liver, to the genitalia. You can't run away from that. You will only have a good sexual life when everything is good and you are ready for procreation. Sexual life is for procreation. Therefore, you must be optimal in your daily activity. If you are barely surviving, until you have this barely surviving sexual health. You understand? Yeah? So to have a good one, you must ensure the other parameter is good. And then you can procreate. You know, especially the woman. The woman we know very well. The woman will have a good sexual health if their period is regular. On the dot. On the dot. Wait till you have this experience before. When you are stressed, you got an exam, you got a deadline, your period will run 1 or 2 days. Whether it is 28 cycle, 30 cycle, whatever it is, you will run. So if your period are good, then you are considered as healthy. The woman is very easy to do. And the husband also must know. The husband must know the wise period, when is menstruating, not menstruating, because let's say that 28-day cycle is all dependent on the hormone, on the woman's hormone, alright? With knowing the woman's hormone, then you know when is the woman stressed, emotional, moody, calm, and sexually receptive. You must know. If your husband doesn't know, share with the husband. This is my period. Okay, don't. You got to bear with me in terms of my mood as I go through my cycle. The men are the worst. The men, they do not know, actually the men got a cycle, but they suffer in silence. The testosterone will come down, you know, at 40, 50, they get grumpy, and they will blame everybody else except themselves. But they do not know. They do not know that the testosterone is down, and they can't cope with the responsibility that they used to be very good at, and they blame everybody. Yeah? The secretary, even the cat also sometimes we blame. Yeah? So, hormone cycle, for the woman especially and the man. The man is in denial. Yeah? So, I mentioned to you about the homocysteine and then melatonin inflammation, and then I mentioned about the inflammation, how to reduce inflammation just now. And then we talk about the hormones. Yeah? The sex hormone and the happy hormones. Yeah? The happy hormones, your serotonin, your endorphin. How you can get free endorphin? By kissing, by holding hand, by looking into the eyes, by exercising, of course by having sex, your endorphin will increase. So why aren't you doing this? Just you have to pay for the Viagra and all the things when you can have a lot of endorphin and serotonin by just doing certain things in the daily activity. Yeah? And then you can have the cellular therapy. Then you can do the more intensive treatment plan. Many cellular therapy, like that, growth factor, organ cellular component, will go through it. Again, even though food, sleep, and relaxation I put down here, it is still most important. The most important, okay? Sexual health, emotional well-being. Yeah, something not stable, right? In your mind. So, the hormone optimization. Okay. This is very important slide. This one I have to show you the slide because it's better to understand. Okay, this slide. The slide of all your sexual hormones come from your cholesterol. And some of you are taking anti-cholesterol. Thank you, and they can say goodbye to your sexual life. Yeah? When you take anti-cholesterol, see, this is where we are. This is the cholesterol. From the cholesterol, we develop the testosterone, and then the stress hormone. That's the stress hormone, the cortisol, okay? And then the ladies, the estrogen. This one not many doctors agree with me, but you are welcome to read. You have to Google. If you have seen a cardiologist, you must ask the cardiologist why you are putting me on cholesterol statins. And worse still, they give you statin without giving you CoQ10. Therefore, you become very weak. Your liver is inflamed, your muscle aches and pain. I've got patient that first day on statin cannot take over anymore. You understand? Yeah? Because why? When we age, our hormones come down. The body will realize this. The body wants to make more. Therefore, your cholesterol will be high. Yeah. So if your cholesterol is between 6 and 7, that's normal. They want your cholesterol to be 4.4. Of course, if you have a heart disease, you're obese, you're diabetic, you got a family history of sudden death, and they are very interested in reducing your cardiovascular risk, by all means. But they must give you supplement, DHA. You understand? DHA. Because from here, they can take over the management. That's number one. Number two, very important. When you are stressed, this dotted line will go to the stress first. That's why when you are stressed, your sex life is down. Even if you are well supplemented, optimized, automatically when they are stressed, the priority of survival comes first. Understand? Sex is number 4, 5, 6. So this is a very important slide, and we will measure. We take your blood, we will measure your cholesterol, your DHA, your estrogen, testosterone, cortisol, and adrenaline. This is a balance, not an absolute thing. Yeah, but we go by numbers. Yeah, at least you know where you are beginning, where you are heading in terms of your sexual well-being. Actually, it's not sexual well-being. All your hormones of all the organs, your brain, your estrogen, you need estrogen. The woman got better memory because the estrogen is higher than the male. The male needs the testosterone only for the testes. You need for the heart, for the muscle, for the bone. You understand? So even though we call it sex hormone, but it functions all other organs. So if you want to take home message is that in terms of anti-cholesterol, be careful. If you take anti-cholesterol, you must take CoQ10. If you got a heart problem on anti-cholesterol, you must have a DHA supplement. Okay? That was very important message. Okay, next. Next is this one is, unfortunately, the testosterone can go to become estrogen. That's why. That is why the testosterone becomes estrogen. That's why the men, as they grow old, they become feminine-like. So they become very sensitive, very emotional, but they don't admit it. Understand? I used to have my father. He is very emotional when I go back. Why you see your mother first, not me? Very sensitive, right? Because why? The testosterone comes down. The maleness is not there. The force, the exertion, the what do you call this? Positivity is no longer there. Yeah. So this is when we age. But the woman, as they grow old, as they mature, the testosterone is a little maintained. Their estrogen drops after menopause. Understand? Therefore, the ratio of estrogen to testosterone is higher than the man. Understand? So you realize that the man when they grow old, the John becomes Jane becomes Jack. Understand? You notice this. Slowly you look at your friends. They are more dominant. They are more confident. You see some great woman here. So also the man, if the wife dies earlier, they also go very fast. Understand? The woman, the husband can die 10 years old, still very strong because of the domination of the estrogen and testosterone ratio. You understand? So some of it is natural, some of it is pathological. So we have to address that issue. Yeah. Some of the danger of the woman is that their estrogen stop completely, and they have the risk of heart disease and fracture. Yeah. So you have to have some form of replacement, and the replacement not that easy because they also depend on other factors in the acidity, the other levels of hormone. Hormone is talking about balance, understand? Not an absolute. Okay. And then 5 minutes. 5 minutes. This one moving. Okay, this is the woman, so-called. The woman, whether the estrogen is high or low, they are very sensitive. So you must know, they must be exactly at their comfortable level of their hormonal system, depending on their age and the lifestyle. Yeah? I will give on the slides and my slide. In fact, you can take my number. If you want the slide, you WhatsApp me or give you the slide. Yeah, because I think we got go through and my last five slides. I got a checklist. Why is my sex life shortable? There are simple things that you can do. You understand? Yeah, and your checklist first. Okay, I'm going to direct to the treatment. Treatment of there is a so-called injection. Of course, the hormone I can give you. I can hormone supplement, you know. You can order. They call it personalized and design medicine. We can give a specific dose to you. For the woman who is worried about estrogen replacement that can cause breast cancer, the study that was done looks at different age group, different risk group, and also unopposed estrogen. So that is why the study that was published many years ago, you should know that there is a fear of breast cancer or cancer in the womb. This is not true, okay? If you talk to the obstetrician, they will tell you that it is not true. This one I need to show you the picture, you know, otherwise I will just describe to you. Okay, what are the treatment for the men in terms of sorry, I'll see. They call it endocrine disruptors. You know, you go into Google, what are endocrine disruptors? Endocrine disruptors. There are caffeine, sugar, gluten, alcohol. I mean, because you have to hormone. I want to show you this. Okay. That's how we have the lifestyle, and then we got the hormones, and then we are going to the cellular aspect, cellular treatment. The cellular treatment is number one, you can have anti-aging by use of stem cell. Stem cell, yeah. Whether your own stem cell, the cord blood, the baby. In fact, we don't have to store the cord blood. We can have a stem cell, we can grow our own stem cell from the skin, yeah, from the hair. You can produce. In fact, the cord blood also not enough to provide the stem cell for you. So you can read, I will give you later on, yeah, for those who are. I understand. I just want to touch a little bit. Bioresonance detect the vibration of the cell and the communication of the cell between each other, one another, and we have the same vibration, that means you are in constant principle, right? Okay. So what I like that bioresonance is that it utilizes the vibration of the cell and look at various organs. If you go, when God is the tulang and when you go to screen the system, it's not only confined to your sexual situation. They will look at all the other systems, whether it is in the good vibration or not. So this is where they are more complete than I do. You understand? I would love to have someone who has gone to bioresonance and look at the vibration in the testes, in the penis, in the ovary, in the endometrium, all those things they do. You understand? So this is, well, I cannot do everything. So you are only for doing many other things. You understand? So this is the role of bioresonance. And then the cellular therapy. Okay, this cellular therapy, we have stem cell. Okay, then we have also the platelet. Okay, what I do is that I will take the blood, I will take your blood, and we can ml, then I will split. When I split the blood, it will separate. Then the red blood cell and then the platelet. In the platelet, there are various components. We have got various growth factor, vascular growth factor, the fibrous tissue growth factor, all those things. Yeah, many growth factor, sometimes there's no name, they just give numbers, you understand? So we take this growth factor and then we inject at the final area. Final area coming up, we inject at the final area. And we use the tiniest needle. The needle that we use for insulin injection. And this needle also we use for Botox injection. In the case if you feel your face is sensitive, then and can take it, we can inject at that area. We also give you some amla. We apply cream so that after half an hour it becomes okay. And then we can inject it in this area here and into the blood vessels here, right? Okay. at 4, 5 levels, 5 places. There are a few other places that you can get. Yeah, you have the T9 and also at the base of the pelvis. And also the lady, we can have the O shot. The O shot is at the clitoris region. Actually, the lady's clitoral region, the structure is a lot spread out than just the clitoris itself. Yeah? And my wife is an obstetrician. I don't do O shot, okay? The obstetrician, they will do it. They will inject at the clitoral region, yeah, and then at the anterior of the vaginal wall and at the side, yeah. So this will increase the vascularity and the sensitivity of this region. So the woman will have the O shot, the man will shot, and then we can also use beside that we can use exosomes. Exosomes are well, because neurotransmitter microRNA that is part of the cell. Exosomes, yeah. To inject in that area. Sometimes we combine both, sometimes it is separate. You can also use cellular extract. Cellular extract from animal. Actually, we use sheep, rabbit. So the cells, actually our cells, the animal cell, the plant cell, 80% sheep, 80% of our cells is about the same. The 20% is the specialized one. Our cell and the cell of the sheep and animal, the organelles inside the cell, in the cytoplasm, they are about the same. We have the mitochondria, the organelles. So we have to use animal cells to rejuvenate you, either in general, the system, your heart, your pancreas, your kidney, your sex organ, your brain, or it can be targeted. Yes, I want the sexual function. You can order. You order from Germany, and then we give it to you either monthly or initially we give it to you and then we go to monthly. This one, before we go into the cellular injection, we have to make sure you're optimizing your health. Understand? We have to look at your physical, all the organs are almost optimal. Your vitamins, your minerals, they are almost optimal. Then usually we prepare you for about 2 months before we go into the cellular injection. Yeah, you cannot just want to focus on that and cellular injection and spend your money, and then your body and the platform is not there to enhance or to heal or to improve. You are what you want is, for example, your vitamin D is low, your estrogen is low, your testosterone is low, and then you want to go for the high-powered treatment plan, and you have to start slow, and then give yourself for about 1 or 2 months, and then you migrate to a high level. And then this exosome preparation. The important part of this thing is that whatever you use, you must know the source, the purity, and all the things that I use. I know where is the source. I know who are the people who are producing it. I know the cold chain. I used to send patient and follow them to Germany 15 years ago. So I know the land. Yeah. Make sure, because there's no way of checking into the content of the cell, the number, the CO2 once you get here. Yeah. You have to take to get the output. This is the exosomes. Okay, I think I'll touch on the exosomes, stem cell, PAPRP. What else? And then hormones, and then the other areas surrounding sexual health. In terms of your lifestyle, in terms of your food, and in terms of the relationship. Oh, we also have peptide therapy. Peptide is the last. Peptide signals that communicate with each other. We use peptide is my number 5. Yeah, my number 1 is still lifestyle, sleep, diet. Don't sleep, and then manage your stress. Yeah, sometimes you lose your stress. You can measure your stress level in the blood. Okay, I'm finishing now. And in my last slide, these are all the checklists. The checklist how to improving on your physical measure. These are common sense, but some people they just jump into some high power, go see the doctor for some treatment, but they forgotten about and beyond. The relationship, the talking, the openness, and the relationship with your spouse. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, talk after this. Yeah. And again, I said, if you want to take my number, I will ask I will give you the copy of the slide. Yeah. But I want you to have a good question in life. The food, I'm not a cook. So at least you benefit from this. And we have another good 20 years of good, healthy sexual in bigger context, right? In our life. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Armin, for the very detailed and the
Too long.
Okay, so I would like to invite now the very medical therapist who has been working in a center as a bioresonance therapist for the last 6 years, and we've seen a lot of good results. Under her hand, a good hand, and the bioresonance therapy. Let me just put the slides up.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for coming to this Saturday to join this very interesting event by talk by Dr. Amin, scintillating and eye-opening. Okay. Before I jump into what bioresonance is all about, can you hear me at that? Okay. Before I jump into what bioresonance is all about, let me highlight that 2 points. The first thing is bioresonance therapy is a form of holistic alternative therapy that works as a complementary support for the conventional medicine. However, it is not meant as a replacement, nor is it a substitute for conventional medicine. So if you have any health conditions, please seek advice from your medical practitioner. Okay.
I think you use the one better. You will get if you use this one, not so.
Okay.
You will set, yes.
Okay. So what's the next?
Okay. Some of you may ask the question, what is resonance? Okay. Now, resonance, you can read from that. It's a phenomenon where an object or a system is subjected to an external force, right, or vibration, and that matches this natural frequency. So when resonance happens, right, the frequency of an initial object, right, will of the object's vibration matches the other object, the natural frequency, what we call the resonant frequency of the second object. That second object will start to vibrate. That is the basic phenomena of resonance. Okay. So we call this physical resonance, physical phenomena as resonance, right? For example, applications of resonance are your MRI machines, devices, your microwave outlets, ultrasounds, and all this, and all. Okay. Now, when this
Try the mic.
Okay, sorry.
Can I have the charger?
Okay, can you hear me better? Okay. Anyway, if you can't get the gist of we always have Q&A afterwards. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. So now, when that resonance happens in a living organism like human, for example, we call this bioresonance. Okay. Now, our body is constantly bioresonating with the electromagnetic waves from Earth. Have you heard of Schumann's resonances? Right? Okay. It's resonating all over us, and we are bioresonating with all these waves, natural electromagnetic waves from the Earth, the solar system, you know, the UVA, UVB, where you all will go and buy, if you're out to the beach, you will buy your sunblock, or some people will buy the tan, they buy the tanning lotion, and all those kind of things. Now, how do you get tan? How do you get vitamin D synthesization? From where? Sunlight, the band of the ultraviolet lights, the UVA and UVB. Okay. Now, besides being constantly bioresonating, all matter emits electromagnetic waves. We do emit electromagnetic waves to human body. Okay. And on each and every part of our human body, we have a range of different frequencies that we can organize or down to the cell or the lymphatic system level. They all resonate at their own range of frequencies. Okay. Right. Now, how do they find out all this range of frequencies? How do they identify them? This is the work of biophysicists. Over 50 years, they use very high precision equipment. And what they found out is that most of our organs naturally resonate within the range of this range. Microwaves and radio waves. Right. Now this is not the microwave part, otherwise we could. This is our own range of frequencies. Okay. And remember what I was talking about, the ultraviolet bandwidth, the light. Right? That is a form of bioresonance that's happening in our human body. How do we get tan when we are under the sunlight? UVA, UVB. Right? So when that band of light hits our skin, it resonates and then it kicks off the process to produce melanin to tan our skin, to protect our skin. But if you are exposed for long, you will get sunburn, right? And the other one is the bandwidth, the UVB, that will kick off the process of vitamin D. Next, right? We are completely we are born. We are constantly exposed to pollution, stress, be it mental or physical stress, emotional stress, toxins like your pesticides, the glyphosate, the DDT, the benzene, PCP, right? All those things, drugs, even drugs that can affect our body and natural self-regulatory functions. And of course, pathogens. Our recent pandemic, the SARS-CoV-2 virus that's causing the COVID-19, right? And then of course we have many other things, even moles and fungi, parasites that can disrupt the frequencies in our body. Okay. And of course, the other very important thing is this nutrient deficiency. Very important, right? It's just like a plant. If you give it sunlight, there's water. Is it enough for it to grow healthy and nice? They need fertilizers just like a human is. And just like what Dr. Amit said, we need that love, we need the sex for it to be healthy, happy. Okay? So now with all this stresses, this is how we fall sick. And when we fall sick, our cellular energy, or our, in other words, in bioresonance terms, our cellular, sorry. Right. What we call the cellular electromagnetic frequencies. Remember, I was saying we all resonate, right? So in each and every part, we have a different range of frequencies of our body. Now, when the body becomes stressed, our immune system is overloaded. Right? Our self-regulatory functions is overloaded. What happens? We more sick. And even before the disease starts to manifest, what happens is that in terms of the cellular energy, it begins to drop. Take for example, this 1.52 gigahertz, it will start to drop. And then when it drops down to below 100 kilohertz frequency, this is when the disease starts to manifest. Okay. Right. So as a result, what do we have? Diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, which is our main topic for today. And of course, depression, emotional health, depression, and of course the scary one is now in terms of bioresonance, what we do check is not things like you see the report in numbers, your blood numbers, or your blood pressure numbers, but in terms of energetic imbalances. Okay? Or if there's nothing wrong, healthy energetic frequencies. Okay? Okay, so what we can check is this, the it's not burden, like your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, your 4G, 5G that's coming. Acid, very important, acid-base balance, vitamins deficiencies, or the oversufficiency of vitamins and minerals. Heavy metals, environmental toxins, you can check also the immune system, hormones and nervous system. And this is the interesting topic for today, our heart and circulatory system, liver, kidneys, GI tract, respiratory system, and a lot more. Okay, so now in terms leading to what our topic is for today, what we can check in bioresonance is this circulatory system. Of course, these are not only organs or systems that we can check. There are many more, right? But these two particular ones, the circulatory system, the heart system. So what we can check is your arteries, your vascular endothelium, right? Permeability, your veins, right, and your heart, myocardium. This is one of the areas. This is the heart muscle, one of the areas where there's any diseases. This is one of those that will be affected, right? And of course, there's the heart interior, the valves, and all those kind of things. And in terms of cardiovascular diseases, this is one very important.
Atherosclerosis.
Right.
Plaque formation in the blood vessels. Oh, yes. Oh. Atherosclerosis, yeah. Any questions? We have a Q&A, a good Q&A session at the end.
Okay. So, right, so these are the things that we can check, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot more, okay? Because this, our body is not a cell alone organ. We have so many things, and any of this impacted will impact on the parts of the body. Like for example, your kidney. Okay? So with this, we come to the conclusion that especially our Wellness Bioresonance is a very powerful tool for early detection, prevention, and it is a very good supportive or adjunctive therapy to conventional medicine. Right? Food and supplement compatibility is something that we need to do. Right? And one of the vitamins may be good and in terms of energetics, right? It's good for one person, but may not be suitable for another person. So this is one of the things that we test. And of course, this is also very important and useful allergen testing and desensitization. A lot of children, or even adults, when they're exposed to all those toxins nowadays, falling sick, allergy to toxins or food or whatever detergents that you're using. bioresonance, prevention is the new cure. Okay. So now I've finished my portion. Let's welcome Dr. Ang to continue with the. I have
Hi everyone. Hi. Maybe you kind of stand up. Like
Yeah.
jump a bit. Everyone is a bit. Jump. Okay. Okay. A bit of cardiovascular health. Pump it up. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. You can sit down. Okay. Thank you for holding this one. I'll just pretend this mic is working. Okay. All right, so again, we're talking about cardiovascular health today and the role of bioresonance therapy in terms of cardiovascular health and how do we work with cardiovascular cases with bioresonance diagnostics and therapy. So again, the disclaimer, bioresonance therapy is not to replace your conventional doctor's consultation. Yeah, okay, that's just a disclaimer. Okay, I'm going to go through briefly since Dr. Amin has already touched a lot of the points that I was going to touch on today. I'm just going to briefly talk about what cardiovascular diseases really are and talk a bit about the incidence and the risk factors, which means what makes you prone to cardiovascular diseases. We're going to touch on that. The causes of cardiovascular diseases, not the conventional ones we've learned. And finally, the role of bioresonance therapy, and at the end, show a bit of a case, a real case that we don't handle. And after me, there will be Dr. Kerstin Boschel. I suppose you've already seen it on the what do you call that? The poster? Yeah. So Dr. Kerstin Boschel will be answering the questions from Germany. If you have any questions regarding bioresonance therapy in terms of using it in cardiovascular. Okay, let's go. So cardiovascular diseases are never isolated in itself. They are never isolated. We never say like, oh, it's only the heart and only the vessels. Wherever you see the vessels are all distributed in the whole body, right? So wherever you have some vessel issue, essentially it is the messenger that carry what oxygen to the part of the body. So when that vessel, just like the Nord Stream, do you know the explosion of the Nord Stream 5 of the the energy crisis? So what happens? Let's say you bomb this area, then you have an energy crisis there. Oxygen cannot flow there. So what happens if this organ lies there? Then this organ is going to be affected. Inflammation in the kidney vessels, for example, is going to cause kidney diseases. Inflammation in the heart vessels is going to cause heart issues. And in smokers, if you have plaque formation in all these vessels here, then you will have what we call the peripheral vascular disease. When you're a smoker, you get gangrene and this kind of stuff. So these are the basic heart organs. We normally have like a lot of heart muscle. You see this layer? Heart muscle issues. Then those are the popular ones, are the valves issues. And then we have a big vessel issue, like aneurysm. Have you heard of aneurysms? Aneurysm is basically just you have different slices in your blood vessel. You have different layers. So what happens is this blood is going to go through the first few layers and just make it balloon out, and it can eventually rupture. Yeah. So that's just side talk. So incidence. How often is that happening? So this information was gotten from WHO, and estimated almost 18 million of people died from cardiovascular diseases in the year of 2019. and representing 32% of all global deaths. So of these deaths, a huge part of it is mainly heart attack and stroke. That's why we are so focused on heart attack, stroke, but we have so many other vascular diseases out there, like what Dr. Amin mentioned, the sexual issues. The erectile dysfunction, that's one of the vascular issues. Okay, so what you were told on the official medical websites, they tell you, okay, these things that we already know, that highs, like the smoking, obesity, and healthy diet, physical inactivity can cause all these things. But what are the factors actually causing these things itself? So that's what bioresonance diagnostics and therapy is going to go into next. Okay, so in the bioresonance viewpoint, not only cardiovascular diseases essentially, but a lot of diseases, most of the diseases out there, which is like around 95% there. We, in terms of bioresonance, we talk about electromagnetic pollution. One of it is radiation. And then I'm going to go through the causes in detail in the next few slides. Radiation, I'm going to talk about the radiation, like one of the first few causes, the acid-base balance. Nutrients, toxins, enzymes, microbiota, meaning bad and good bacteria balances in your body. There we go. Radiation. Radiation cannot be seen, smelled, felt, or tasted. So even if you get that radiation, some people don't even know that they're passing around radioactivity materials. And they might not know that. And when we were checking it on the bioresonance device, they said, huh? What? Radiation? Where did I get it? I don't even know what X-rays and everything. Why do I still have this radioactivity? Okay, so more and more recognized are radiation-associated cardiovascular diseases. These are like new stuff coming up, like new research is coming up. And if I'm not wrong, I got it from the Lancet. The Lancet is a very prestigious and scientific kind of medical website. Okay, organization. So what it says that a lot of common side effects from radiation therapy happening in common cancers. After that, they get radiation-associated cardiovascular diseases. One cadaver, one dead body was opened up, and they found, hey, this person has cancer, lung cancer, and then when they opened up their heart, they found, hey, there's a huge scar tissue in the heart. It's fibrotic. Radiation actually cause micro injuries. So acid-base balance. Acid-base balance not only literally, physically, directly corrodes your blood vessels with time. For example, our pH in our blood ranges from 7.35 to 7.41, around there. And then you have this balance each and every month. So it ranges from this to that, but for each person it's different. But when one person has 0.01 pH difference in that can already corrode your elastic membranes in your arteries. Okay, so in terms of literal corroding, the whole acid-base balance can actually disrupt your electrolyte imbalances, like your sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and all the small trace elements in your body. Okay, so these are the things that it might cause. So atherosclerosis are the hardening of arteries, so-called, the plaque formation, aneurysms, widening and ballooning of artery walls, like just splitting, the walls just splitting up. Okay, and by the way, Albert Einstein got a abdominal aneurysm when he was in the 60s and 70s. I read the history about it. And they initially just literally wrapped it up. The surgeons just wrapped it up in plastic bags initially to treat this. Anyways, that's side talk. Arrhythmias. Arrhythmias, as I said, our electrical potential of the heart. Why is it pumping? It needs electrical impulses. So these electrical impulses are regulated by electrolytes, sodium, potassium, calcium, all these things. So when you have acid-base balance issues, the calcium, potassium, the minerals are essentially regulating that whole rhythm. So what happens if you have this disbalance? You get arrhythmias, meaning irregular heartbeats, basically. a lot of elderly, they normally get atrial fibrillation. Who's on warfarin, family members? I don't know if you've heard of these. Yeah. So arrhythmias can essentially be corrected by acid-base balance, rebalance. So myocardial infarction, heart attacks. Basically, it's resting, hardening of the arteries happening in the heart. That's why you're having a heart attack. Okay, so let's go to your stroke. Stroke meaning the vessels in your brain are affected, hardening or bursting, because of high blood pressure. So, essentially the structural weakening of cardiovascular, meaning the vessels that carry the blood, creates the irregularity of the blood pressure. So we see the constriction is different now, there's imbalances everywhere. There are some vessels that are supposed to constrict, dilate, some are supposed to dilate and constrict. Okay, so what's happening now? Oh. Okay, so let's go on. This is about the acid-base balance. Some new things that I found out in the recent research. I don't know if any of you guys heard about copper deficiency that causes cholesterol imbalances in people. Sometimes it's even in familial. Then it can mean sometimes it's copper toxicity. The copper metabolism has an issue. That's why it dysregulates fatty acids, triglycerides, and cholesterol. And Dr. Amin has also mentioned a hormone part. Yeah, and this is a lot of things actually affect the whole regulation. Not only these, and not only the hormones, and not only the copper. It's essentially the whole mother nature that is created in the whole body. Okay, so copper deficiency. Look at that. Copper deficiency in this study I got from PublicNet, and it's also a very prestigious publishing website. And copper deficiency causes accumulation of fatty acids in the heart and liver. Okay, so all these things I'm telling you is going to take me to my next one. Why am I even telling you this? Okay, optimal concentrations of copper. Okay, is going to either regulate so that your heart vessels don't get hardened. Okay, we're not even talking about magnesium now that can soften your blood vessels. Okay, then in terms of amino acids, not really mentioned quite often. So you see this bunch. I'm not going to read that out. Okay, can you guys see it up there? Yeah, glutamine is the most glutamate. These are the most significant ones. It actually affects the white blood cells that actually simply eats up cholesterol in your blood vessel. They like to collect. They're like these bulldogs. They like to collect the cholesterol from your blood and put it in the wall, and make narrowed and blocked. So they are the ones. So what happens? These amino acids. Have you heard of amino acids? It's the smallest unit of protein. These are amino acids. We are basically the whole thing made of amino acids. And it's going to affect, these amino acids are going to affect how the white blood cells, meaning your immune system, behave towards those accumulated cholesterol in the blood. Okay, so next, at the same time, they found out that certain amino acids as well in excess, it can increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Okay, then let's go to chromium. Well, chromium is more about why I want to talk about it, because in diabetic patients, they have a lot of fascial issues. Someone here to sort of like make sure that the thing doesn't go off. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so why was I talking about chromium? Because a lot of diabetic patients, they have vascular issues because, it's a consequence of the diabetic issues itself. So chromium is one of the very essential mineral that regulates insulin action. I think I is selling some chromium supplements nowadays. I think people are more aware of that nowadays. And yeah, this is what's the regulation of insulin, and it regulates the whole metabolism in your body. But of course, not in isolation. It has to come in a whole. It's holistic. I'm just picking a few, and it will lead me to my next topic. So, Dr. Ami has already mentioned homocysteine just now, and thank you. He has a diagram. I'm very worried. I don't have the diagram, but he showed me the diagram. Essentially, you need your folic acid, your B9, and you mentioned B12
B12, B6.
to actually recycle. It's actually a recycle. These vitamins actually recycle your homocysteine and put it back into the thiamine, right? Thiamine is an antioxidant, basically anti-stress. The whole process, every cell, you have thiamine in there, and your cell is constantly working to prevent it from being susceptible to oxidative stress. So you need your B6, B9, B12 to actually bring that down, so that because homocysteine, excess homocysteine in the blood is going to cause hypercoagulability. Okay, I don't know how to say that. So it's supposed to cause your blood more viscous, sticky. So that's where thromboembolic like increases like the risk of that. Can you agree with that? Okay. Okay, next. So we talk about toxins. In our previous infertility talk, we have already talked about how heavy metals affect different parts of the body. And and so we've spoken about like how lead and cadmium actually it affects the uterus itself, but as a whole, it doesn't only affect like targeted organs or systems. It's just everywhere and wherever it is going to cause an issue in there. Why? Because your cells are supposed to be binding with the minerals that you need, but when these people are there, when the space are filled with heavy metals, they're not able to bind the minerals that they actually need. Yeah. So, or in the other ways, if you have mineral deficiency, your hull is going to be empty, right? And I'm going to snatch any audience I can find on the street, and I'm going to support my own function. So essentially, when your body is deficient of minerals, it will try to snatch whatever metals it can find in the body. So when you have deficient minerals, you have heavy metal intake from your food, your water, your air pollution. Then your body is going to just snatch whatever it can find there and not let it out. So sometimes it's not only about detox function issue. Yeah. Okay. Next, arsenic or toxicity. We have arsenic toxicity. Basically, arsenic toxicity, you can get it from the sources are still your food, constant your crops actually. If it's irrigated by heavy metal contaminated water, then you have chronic arsenic toxicity. But the levels of toxicity is not been well defined yet. So it's still an area of debate, like what level is actually already toxic. But actually, it's already, in terms of bioresonance, we can already find that level of arsenic toxicity, even though they go to the lab and say, hey, it's fine, my arsenic blood is fine. But when we check it with the bioresonance device, we find some frequency suppression in there, we find some energetic imbalances in there. So I feel like that is, we want to be more strict, so to say, for our body. Like, okay, this is already affecting, let's just get rid of it. So cadmium. Cadmium exposure is higher in smokers. What it does, it also basically aids the plaque formation in blood vessels. That's why we also get peripheral artery disease. It's not only just directly from smoking, but the heavy metals that come with it. Okay, then we go to formaldehyde. Formaldehyde, what are the sources? Petrol, burning some wood, burning some gas, oil, and we are constantly exposed to formaldehyde as well. And this can maybe not affect you right away, and maybe it can affect your child in your womb. I mean, not everyone is a female here. But it can affect embryonic development and cause plaque malformations. Next, enzymes. So, these are some of the biochemical researches they're having behind now, and they found out that this enzyme, which is called cytochrome C oxidase, when this person is deficient of this enzyme in the heart muscle cells, it's going to cause the cell to be more prone to degeneration. And it's going to reduce the heart contractility. You cannot contract well, what happens? Well, in the long term, heart failure, whether it's, we have two kinds of heart failure, whether there's too much muscle or the muscle is weak. So this is one of the old school thoughts of what we've been taught in medical school. I've been helped out of this. It's caused by the plaque formation is caused by what we call the turbulent blood flow. You know those junctions we have with our vascular system is like a tree. The twigs coming out, branches, and this branching area is going to cause like the dynamic flow is going to be distorted, and then it's going to cause this turbulent flow is going to sort of like peel up the first layer of the inner walls of the vessels, and then this cholesterol would start accumulating it beneath it. Yes, I would say that is one of the factors, but we're also looking at other factors. So as this happens, what accumulates in there? High blood pressure, by the way, will increase this turbulence and cause more damage to that layer. But what happens in there really? Is it really just cholesterol, calcium, and all the inflamed immune cells? Look what the scientists found. Bacterial DNA from pathogenic families like, have you heard of Helicobacter pylori? Yes. So they found actually in this plant, Helicobacter pylori, seriously the family of Neisseria, in these plants, and they're found to be more abundant in these plants of patients who actually got like stroke or heart attack. Okay, so by the way, one interesting fact is that a large study that includes 12,000 participants demonstrated that the poor oral hygiene can actually increase the rate of cardiovascular disease. Why? Because when you have poor oral hygiene, then you have all the bad bacteria accumulating there, and you actually swallow it down. And essentially the capillaries that are within your root and your teeth is actually can be a football field that long. It's either 4 km or a football field, and I'm not so good with the German facts. Okay, but it's really long, and it can take those bad bacteria, bad pathogens down your system, your cardiovascular system. So eventually, if it lands in your heart, you get infectious heart disease. If it lands in other parts of the body, then you get some other parts of inflammation and infection. Okay, so then we go to how a good balance of probiotics. You guys know about probiotics nowadays. A good balance would actually also help in terms of cardiovascular health. These bacteria also help improve energy storage, improve your whole metabolism of energy, basically fat metabolism, protein metabolism, sugar metabolism. Okay, and in another way around, we were talking about the good bacteria that can regulate these natural balances in the body. Okay, and we spoke about copper, we spoke about all those heavy metals. Now, and on the other way, on the contrary, there's some bad bacteria that actually produce these trimethylene A. It is a long chemical word, but we're not interested in that. What we're interested in is that these bacteria actually change this trimethylene blah 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 into TMA or oxidized form, and this is going to also increase the cholesterol accumulation in the inner wall of the blood vessels. Okay, that's one. Okay, then infection. Well, I've already spoken about that. How infection can directly cause infection of the blood vessel and make it more prone to hardening and plaque formation, and also by itself increasing the pro-inflammatory, meaning it will induce the immune response to be like overactive. A lot of like soldiers, they bring it in, busybody soldiers, they call in, but actually it's, it's trimethylene something. Can you look at the I'm very bad with the how they say is a trimethylene A oxidase. Can you look up on TMAO, please? I am very bad at this. Yeah. So I will get back to you. So this is what, these are just a compilation of what I recently found out how bacteria are trimethylamine N oxide. Trimethylamine N oxide. Yes. It's going to increase the cholesterol accumulation in your inner vessels. Okay, so let's go on to even chlamydia infections can cause plaque formation in your blood vessels. Okay, and then we're again talking about good bacteria. Just by putting in Acidophilus, Lactobacillus acidophilus, and Bifidobacterium bifidum, which you can actually get from milk, isn't it?
Yeah, bifidum.
Milk is enough. Yeah. Okay. No, not milk. Sorry, yogurt. Yogurt. So this is
Yogurt, yeah, yogurt.
yeah. Greek yogurt. Thank you. Okay. And this is already going to decrease serum total cholesterol. And I believe it helps with the hormone regulation. That is how indirectly it also is involved, right? Yeah. Okay. So finally, going into the role of bioresonance in CBD. Why was I even talking about those things? Okay, because in terms of bioresonance, we can check whatever I mentioned, and even more than that. We can check in terms of radiation. I spoke to you about radiation. This is just one small segment that we can check in terms of electromagnetic pollution, ultrasound, X-rays, and radioactivity. And this will decrease the mitral injuries that happen in muscle cells, including the heart muscles. Okay? And the next thing, we can check heavy metals. What are the levels? And this is just a small list of what we can check. Palladium, silver, cadmium, I've mentioned mercury, and yeah. So that is what I can check. And you see, even if you take clinical blood test, say, hey, normal levels, but it's already affecting the body because essentially we're taking the blood. We're not looking at what is happening in the cell. Yeah. Again, yeah, but it's not the situation that's happening in the cell. We check directly the energetical imbalances that are caused by these heavy metals in every organ in your body. Okay, acid-base balance. This is what we can check. By the way, small tip at home. You can check it's just a small tip. You can just Google or online and do your own research. There's a thing that you can actually test your saliva pH at home to make sure that, okay, today you have a pH, tomorrow you have a pH. You can do that even though without the test, you can do saliva pH testing. And there's a range that you can actually research that online. From something to something, and that's like optimal indicator, more or less, for the whole body. So that's one tip you can use at home, salivary pH test. Okay, then, by the way, no matter if it's too acidic or too alkaline, you don't want that to happen. Because too much of minerals is also not good. Too much of acid in your body is going to try to balance out the acid by taking minerals from your bones. So what happens? Osteoporosis is one of the things. Okay, so this is what we can check. So the next thing, formaldehyde. I mentioned to you just one from a research study, and then actually we have so many other environmental toxins. Next, this is how we work with every patient, not only cardiovascular cases, but every single patient we have to get rid of the root causes. These are the root causes. So, toxins, amino acids, okay, so yeah, I've already mentioned to you about toxins. I mentioned to you about probiotics. We have 12 strains here, and not only that I showed you here, even Lactobacillus acidophilus, which I mentioned, and the bifidum that I mentioned. I can even check that balance in your body. And of course, many people can do that as well. And fatty acids. And you can see this whole bunch of amino acids that I've actually checked for people. You can actually bring a supplement and actually see if that supplement, so-called, contains the amino acids suitable for you, and if it really contains that, and if you're really correct patterns or not. Next, I spoke about the enzyme. I don't know if you still remember that. That will cytochrome C oxidase. Even this, we have a bunch of enzymes. I think a few hundred. I think up to 100 of them. We can check in the body, including those antioxidant enzymes. Yeah. So these are the few of bad bacteria that we can check. And I'm not showing the full list. It's up to 300 different types of bacteria, fungi, and parasites and viruses that we can check on our device, and including some of the coronavirus family, not COVID-19, but the family is not. Okay, and then we have also DNA protection programs that can, for example, if you're already exposed to radiation and everything, okay, then we can do some DNA protection to stabilize it. Okay, these are the blood parasites that we can find in blood vessels as well. But these are really a small extract. You see, your Helicobacter pylori, people usually get gastric and they think it's just a gastric problem, but it essentially climbs up even through bioresonance testing. We found it here in this library event. We found it like all over the body. You can find it in your colons and essentially in your cardiovascular system. So, okay, we're done. Okay, yeah, 45 is casting. Okay, so apart from that, as I already mentioned, cardiovascular diseases are never isolated. We never just, okay, you have heart disease, your vessel is, okay, we only look at circulatory and heart, that's it. No. Because it's never on its own. So we're going to check the blood system. So essentially, the vessels are the ones carrying the blood. But the blood itself has to be good to deliver nutrients to the vessels itself. So that's what we check. And the immune system, lymphatic system, circulatory system, a lot of them, respiratory system is closely related to your heart. If you have lungs issues, you can also have heart issues, and vice versa. And kidney issues. Liver, gallbladders, digestive. You have a large circulatory system, your whole digestive system. Your digestive system is actually holding a lot of your major systems as a whole. That is a hub of major systems in your digestive system. So we're going to check that, and we not only can check that, but the most important thing is we can provide healing frequencies to tune back those frequencies up, like to tune back the energetical imbalances in these areas. Okay, so coming to the end of my sharing, we have a successful case here, which thank you so much for coming, Margaret. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to mention it. Okay, she's among you, and if you're interested to know how she went through from having needed to stent her heart, she went for a follow-up. The doctors asked, your heart function improved, so let's just postpone the stent. And until now, as we've got to know, yeah, she'll be able to share that. And how was the journey using bioresonance therapy. But Madam Go actually handled her initially. Yeah, all through actually. So then, in terms of cardiovascular health, in terms of how effective bioresonance therapy is in this field, okay, Dr. Thomas Fees, he was present and I was there even when he presented how bioresonance therapy helped his end-stage heart failure patients, like really bad patients who cannot go through surgery, cannot take drugs, and how he actually documented 86 cases in his own university hospital in Leipzig, in Germany. And if any doctors here want the clinical reports, you can get it from me. So they're good ones and bad ones, but majority, around 80 to 90% of it, is a positive outcome. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the German, this is one of his, just 2 cases of his 86 cases. It's written in German, but basically he's telling that how we're using bioresonance therapy and also zeolite and a colloid silver, and how he actually used this to treat one of the patients who had, doctors know what anti-proBNP is? An indicator of heart failure. Yeah. Like this number actually went down from stagnant to from 938 to 141. And the other case, it went from 12,000 to 2,327. But of course, these are very long therapies. These patients, end stage and heart failure and everything, they cannot go through surgery and take drugs. That's why they had like months of bioresonance therapy, 6 to 7 hours every single day. That's how they got results. So this was me at the 2018 World Congress in Frankfurt, and this is Dr. Viet sharing about his 86 cases at the congress. So the next thing, actually the most exciting thing, the highlight of today will be Dr. Kerstin Heusche, having worked with bioresonance therapy for more than 15 years, I think 17 up to 20 as well. She's a thoracic surgeon by training, and then she also trained to become a naturopath. And now she has a clinic in Berlin that uses mainly bioresonance therapies and holistic therapeutic models in all, including, I think, hypothermia, some other supplements, very interesting supplements and probiotics in her own practice, and of course physiotherapy in her own practice in Berlin. And she's going to answer your questions regarding bioresonance therapy in terms of cardiovascular health. How's that? Okay, so I'm just gonna, 5-minute break, please. What do you think? 5 minutes break. Please come back on me. It's okay, we'll just walk in while coffee and drinks are out there. Please remember it's a free flow. And 5 p.m. there'll be a meal. Hopefully everyone is very fun as well. Everyone can walk along this corridor.
We're going to get that. We're going to check out and visualize what's going to be here. No, you need to touch it when you're in the gym because of this message. Really? Pepper, front foot, quite a number of places. Can you tell me that is technically this book I was there online.
Yeah, so sorry. I'm supposed to get your testing online.
That's good easy to understand. It's incredible.
Right, there's
So you've been planning for what? I was planning a couple of weeks ago. I go shop there. Sorry. That's what
Oh, you bought something at least.
Começa a semana.
Vielleicht 4, 5 Minuten dran. Also die Leute sind da, die essen auch. Wie viel Zeit hast du noch?
Jetzt ist Baby dabei. Let's go.
Okay. Sie können sich sehen, siehst du Okay, das ja, super. Okay, jetzt kommen die Leute und okay. Ich habe viel Stress. Tut mir leid. Okay, okay, hier sind die Leute. Es geht zu genau. Kannst du alles sehen, ne? Super. Okay, so ist das. Bald werden wir uns na klar, das ist ein bisschen Break. Sie haben ja okay. See, Dr. Is it more master? The next flashlight from our training.
Yeah, okay, this is about cat microbiome, bacteria in the lab. Actually, you buy the thing on this, but in that one is the thing. Oh, right.
The lungs, the swallow, that muscle. Open up already.
Because sometimes you should the acidity also. So you want to eat acid.
For that matter, I just control my intake of food so that it doesn't go up. Otherwise, I will have heartburn.
Yes.
Then heartburn 就susah. So every time I heartburn, I can't top up my insurance for that section.
Easy to think of it. They don't describe any of them. Yeah. Yes. I already go to that for me. I love the first slide. That's my slide. Jadi, kondisi dari sama. Oh, saya tahu. Wow. The quality is inside.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready for Dr. Justin here? Okay. Okay, so Dr. Yasmin Poisher has been overlooking the hall for some minutes now. Looking out to enjoy your food there. So Dr. Yasmin, can you hear us or can you say good luck yes? Okay.
It's working again. Dr. Justin, thank you so much for being with us here. Can you hear me well? Dr. Justin? Stand up. Okay.
Right, hear you.
Super.
Hello?
Okay, say something.
Hello?
Okay. Okay, so okay, you can.
I've already introduced you to the audience. Yeah, your background of thoracic surgery and then you became a naturopath. Correct? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay, there's a lag. Sorry.
Hello from the court Germany, and I'm now here this morning. I guess you are in afternoon, and I hope that you had a lunch break with something to eat, something to drink. And now we can start our lesson about heart diseases and cardiac diseases. I'm dealing with bioresonance since I think 2004, and after the first lesson in this field. And after now, I think 20 years or so, it's the same interesting like the first day at Krishna. And now we get a chance to develop some treatment pathways for some medical diseases. And I hope we can talk a little bit about the big field of heart diseases in this time. In Germany, many people suffer from heart diseases and circulation diseases. I think it's the main cause of death in our country. I guess 40 or 45% of patients die from heart diseases. There are many reasons for this. Of course, the first reason, relatively big reason is nutrition. In our country, in Europe, but I think in the world too. And the overweight of people and smoking, of course, smoking hurts the heart, we know that. But also stress in the life, in the professional life, but in the family life and the private life too. There are many problems in behavior of people, and that's why it's sometimes a little bit difficult to say, okay, this is the reason for this patient becoming ill. Another point is the e-sport. We notice we have probably need our smartphone, or we use the smartphone every day, and I think it's causing problems.
Electrotherapy.
Is that in Germany, of course, it's really bad, but the recreation of the people is less, I think, and I don't need the recreation with smartphone and TV. I need the recreation in nature or doing sport or something else, activities or so.
Okay.
And I think it's a big problem of our time. So we have many illnesses in this way. I think it's the same in Malaysia. I don't know, but I think it's near people all over the world.
Super. Okay.
And I think our patient in our clinic can be divided into three groups. The first group are the psychogenic disorders, vegetative disorders, something like fear, panic attacks, disturbing of the heart rhythm, like palpitations, like tachyarrhythmia, but more tachyarrhythmia, and something like, I call it a little bit like preliminary stage of broken heart rhythms, because they have so many problems in professional life. Second are stable diseases like hypertension, like circulatory disorder. Circulatory disorder can have effects on the kidney, of course, kidney function, brain, and bowel, and circulation extremities, and some arteriosclerosis, metabolism disorders in the fat metabolism, but also in the metabolism of carbohydrates. And we have a patient with moderate dyspnea by pulmonary hypertension, heart and AMRs, and something like dysfunction of the heart. And this third group are the patients with heart problems, serious diseases like heart attacks, inflammation of pericardium or myocardium, crisis in hypertension, of course, insufficiency of the heart in a heart stage, also higher than 2, I think. And with this of patients we have to treat, we have to handle in the clinic, and of course all patients of this spend other treatment and other effect for their life. The first group we treat mostly with nature things, natural medicine method alone, and that's possible. The patient of the second group, they can do a combination of pure medicine, I call it in this part pure medicine, you know what I mean, and natural healing methods, and some novel medicine and so on. The aim is here to reduce the risk of increasing the disease, control the symptoms, and to increase and to decrease the symptoms of this patient. And the third group, there we say good medicine has a big part in treatment, but we can medicine and natural medicine and some methods to decrease the number of tablets they have to take also and to avoid an worsening of the disease. That's in this way.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kirsten. I think it's more like a Q&A session. So if people will, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Dr. Kirsten?
Not so fine.
Okay, how about here? How about here?
Yes, now it's better.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, now fine.
Okay, right. Okay, since you can hear me, can I ask you in terms of your treatment session, your patients with the bioresidency hypertension?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, this what you do?
Yes. My colleague asked me to speak about some patients, some examples for treatment.
Yes.
And so I choose 3 patients from one of the first, one of the second, and one of the third group of diseases I mentioned. The first group, it was 24 young woman. She's working as a paramedic in a fire department. And 1 year ago, she had a heart condition at birth. And after this, she was affected by a COVID infection with the long COVID syndrome. And after that, in a private field, there was a separation from his husband and her heart. This girl had no symptoms for 6 months. And after the 6 months, they said, oh, I'm not feeling so well, and I have palpitations and tachyarrhythmia, dyspnea, painless, dizziness, every day for 10 minutes to 30 minutes, and it was independent of the time and of activity and of rest also. So at first, we check the blood work for finding some signs of inflammation or rheumatic signs also. And of course, we check the pro-BNP in the blood, but there was nothing. It was okay, and the ECG was okay too, and of course, the cardiac ultrasound was okay. So all our tests of the heart function showed nothing. And so we said, okay, the functional disorder of the heart. And so we look in this direction. We treat with bioresonance and biofeedback, especially in the field of tension of the vessels. We make some relaxation with her, and she was getting some infusion with homeopathics and cocaine and magnesium. And she got some herbal medicine and homeopathics. And after, I think, 6 weeks, she was without symptoms. We treated her 1 time a week. She's living in our town, and so it was possible to treat her 1 time a week. This is a patient of the group 1. You see, it's a patient of this group of functional disorder of the heart. Here we can get side effects with bioresonance, and we can get healing from 100%.
So
This is from the second group. It was a woman, 64 or 65 years maybe. He has hypertension since many years, but she has an intolerance of some medicine, especially calcium channel blockers and angiotensin 2 receptor antagonists. And so she wasn't taking her medicine. And she came to the clinic with hypertension over 200 in the system, and of course, at first we had some infusion to decreasing the hypertension, of course. For there, we use alpha blockers and beta blockers, and so under monitoring, of course, and we got some homeopathic medicine for the heart and for calming down, and she got new medicine to master with beta blockers and alpha blockers for tablets, and once a week treatment and monitoring. We treated her with Bioresonance Therapy. I had some references for this. If you want, I can send it by mail. I think it's more useful, but I can look at it.
Send it to Dr. Ang.
Yes, so what are the cases that Dr. Yassin mentioned?
We start the bioresonance always with corporation, program, utilization, and acupuncture methods. And in the course of this patient, we use some complex programs for her. After scan and before diagnosis and so. But I think it's more useful if I send it in a mail or so. Or if you have special questions about the medicine or so, it's more useful than reading down the sum. I don't know what much, but I think it's the best, the better way.
If you share the treatment, can you share the treatment protocol regime with Dr. Ang, and we assess? Can you share the treatment protocol regime of the patient with the hypertension, the frequency, and what type of resonance? And what's email to Dr. Ang, so we can learn next time. We can learn more as to the protocol.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Then we can. I think is we can take the first patient. I as a girl with the genetic disease and.
Okay, maybe.
We share the treatment regime. That what you have been doing with your mind in terms of the patient. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And it's not
clear. Can you hear me? I want to learn from the treatment protocol of the hypertension regime, and what do you do, and how often do you see, and what are the resonance frequency range. We check with Dr. Ang and we get a program. Yeah.
Okay. In this program we have some corporation programs I use in every patient. It's 0.00. It's a corporation for analysts, and then every patient gets a visualization. It's 0.1 0.00. And acupuncture, and it's 0 to 0.00. Do you know this? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, at first, the patient came to us We made some diagnosis with bioresonance for checking the reason for this hypertension. We know we have many reasons for this arteriosclerosis, or stress, or some inflammation, and so. And after getting this information, we make an plan for treating this patient. And so we treat with 10 frequencies we took at first. And after this, we are writing a program for application with some special frequencies or with special programs for his own disease. So, what I mean, some patients have some peaks in the energy production. Some patients have arteriosclerosis. Some patients have problems with the kidneys. And so we can choose for every patient what's the problem in this case, and then we can treat directly. We made it in this time in this way. We have patients in our town or in the surrounding about 20 kilometers. They came to us, I think,
Okay.
and then we treat them for 1 hour or 1.5 hours. While taking our clinics, sometimes they get some therapy. Yeah. Look to me. Ja, das ist gut, sehr gut, genau. Yeah, but once if a patient is coming in the virus surrounding, we use the bioresonance via the PF10. You know this little device from Rhein. They get it to wait from the company, and so they had a chance to treat their.
Okay, the Zoom session ended. Yeah. The free to my 45 minutes. Yeah,
We try to do that. I just have
I think, we just make a conclusion.
Yeah, in fact, I'll try to explain to you because the regime of student observation and admission. Then I ask you to do that straight. I've got some background of training of bioresonance from German also. But in terms of the protocol, we could going to come for a general screening first in terms of the other organ system that is affected. And like what she said, like what we have been talking about, if any disease pathology, it doesn't affect the heart only, it affects all the other systems. Therefore, we have to tune in your frequency to the best of the various organ that is to normalize it, right? Okay. So depending on, you might have one medical system that's affected, so we will prioritize in terms of which system that we can convert the resonance back to the normal frequency that we get. One. Number two, there are various other factors that is involved in the heart disease. For example, we mentioned just now in terms of the gut microbiome, the electrolyte, the enzyme, the vitamins, it's good to know the levels that you have in your body. For example, a good example is the vitamin D. 100% of COVID death is due to vitamin D deficiency. 100%. Okay? So, we want to know the level of your vitamin D, your B12, B9, which is the folic acid, the B6, and then we can either convert it to the normal resonance, or we can convert the tablet into the frequency that is appropriate to you, such that you are not deficient of these vitamins. This is the beauty of the bioresonance. Understand? Another beauty of the bioresonance is that when there is a break between the psychic and the physical, your brain got a lot of frequency. Understand? When you sleep, there are different waves that goes, yeah? So they will have to screen, good for you to screen where is the source and the attention that needs to be focused. This is where the doctor is no good. You understand, yeah? And there are certain resonance, and the Germans have cataloged all the organ system at a cellular level. They know. Even the microbacteria, the parasite is now, yeah? What I am doing now with another German professor is to know what is the resonance of the COVID virus and the spike protein, such that we can use the same frequency and burst the spike protein. It's just like when you have a certain frequency, you sound and you can break the champagne glass. You understand? That's a very good example. So we can use the same frequency to neutralize the spike protein. She mentioned about a case just now. About the first case where they are hypertensive and she got COVID infection and palpitation and all those things. So you have to know whether it is the heart or it is the long COVID case. You understand? Yeah. So you screen the heart, the blood vessels, the chambers, and all those things, and it is within normal range, or the frequency is not optimal. You must also keep in mind the latest problem with long COVID. And we have been misinformed in many ways in terms of the effect of the spike protein. And not many medical therapy that addresses this issue. We have now certain supplement, for example, nattokinase, glutathione, curcumin, bombesin. All these will be supplemented to neutralize the spike protein. Yeah, you can get my number. I can send you the videos of what has been done in terms of how to neutralize the spike protein. And the neutralization can be done. What we are trying to do is perhaps by the frequency. Okay. Because if you are infected by the virus, we know as a virus frequency or even the bacteria, you can be treated by bioresonance. Yeah, and only antibiotic or antiviral or whatever. So this is where I am interested now personally, and I'm so happy that Dr. Ang and Madam Go is doing all this thing, because we need many people of very discipline. So what the treatment protocol is, you screen in general, focusing on one or particular organ, and then you continue to correct it progressively in terms of the session that you have, or you can do it at home. And the therapy, because bioresonance is in the form of frequency, you can treat it in terms of the machine, by light therapy, by sound therapy, by acupuncture, because these are all by frequency. The light has a certain frequency, the sound can have a certain frequency, so it will go specific to you. For example, the treatment regime is focused to you, personalized to you. The people around you will not be affected by it. You understand? So I love the principle behind it and what it can do. It's just that we want someone to take that sub-discipline, and I've been referring my case to you understand? It takes time. Yeah. For example, the hormone that I use, for example, I will use the hormone. The hormones, tablet, medication, supplement, they have got their own frequency. The medication has its own frequency based on the molecular configuration of the drug. And that molecular configuration of the drug can be translated into a certain frequency. Understand? You might not need to take the drug anymore. You just absorb the frequency in the body. That is a little bit hard to swallow. You understand? What is focus is this, you know? I just go to the machine, hold on to the electrode, and then every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, there are various vibrations that goes into the body. You understand? So that is the power of bioresonance if you want to be treated along that modality. And I know certain areas whereby bioresonance is superior to mainstream medicine in terms of psychological depression, and I already told you about the COVID-19, you know. So that's a little bit, hypertension and other diseases. I hope, Dr. Han, I have done justice to your discipline. It's very discipline. And I want to leverage from whatever other discipline they are to address certain issues that is not well managed by the mainstream medicine. We don't claim to be able to manage a few diseases. Some diseases have been addressed since I was a medical student, you understand? And that is about 40 years ago, and the treatment is still the same. So you got to explore other mechanism or other modalities of approach that can, if it is not cure, can be. I'm open to question.
Yeah, general questions, Q&A for Dr. Karthik, they had a question actually.
Yes.
Actually from Justin, but maybe you can answer it.
Yes.
Yeah, so actually,
Mine was more towards pregnancy-related cardiovascular disease and how is bioresonance used in that? And if yes,
The echo, yes.
so in pregnancy.
Yes. Yes.
So patient that are pregnant,
Yes. Yes.
they use bioresonance.
Yes.
What are the challenges because as a industry? So how are the challenges of this whole bioresonance?
In pregnant women. I still have to help me. Yes.
In terms of this landscape, it's safe.
Bioresonance is very safe. If ever the side effects of bioresonance is believing too much in it, to the point that you don't explore any other therapy. You understand? Be careful about that. Yeah? You think that this thing I want to go for bioresonance because it's so simple, non-invasive, no need blood, nothing, and then nothing happened. Or things happen so slowly, especially during the pregnancy for 9 months. You understand? Okay, number one. Number two, bioresonance is so universal. It's for human, for animal, for the fetus, for the cat. Yeah? It is quite safe because you can share a certain frequency with you and your cat. If that is, both of you are anxious individual and being, you can share a certain frequency that is comforting for you, and comforting for the cat. I don't know. Because the cat must like you for some reason, they go close to you, there must be some harmony in the resonance. Okay? Number three, in terms of in pregnancy, okay, in pregnancy, you must know the heart disease specifically. You have to address which part of the heart. Is it hypertension? Is it valvular, anatomical, or is it just maybe palpitation? Is it a physical problem? That one you can screen according to the machine. You will address the structure in that area, right? And this one I'm not sure. This one I'm not sure. In terms of whether you can even go to the frequency of the baby, in terms of that thing. No, I'm not sure.
Oh, this is difficult. Theoretically, it can be done in fusion as long as you can separate those two energies, isolate them apart. But now you can't do it. Yes. That by the way, yes. You can actually put like detectors over the baby. And of course, I realized when we do this treatment for pregnant ladies, fetal movement will increase. And how we gauge if the baby likes it or not, we try to like gauge the time. Like this day today, if we do 15 minutes, the baby starts taking more. Then we stop. And the next day, we do 20 minutes. Then it can increase. Then the baby will start to like, initially they won't like deep frequency coming in, like, is that the fetal movement will increase. And then until one of my patients, they actually dragged onto, they managed to 2 hours a session when they were doing this. Yes, 0 so far.
I got my thoughts in terms of the utilization of certain frequency energy wave ultrasounds on the baby. I believe that there is a certain limit. My daughter so excited with the pregnancy, or every 2 weeks somewhere that baby ultrasound and the growth and obviously. It is not necessary, and I think there is some maybe not pathological, but the disturbing behavior, you understand, there's a certain frequency, yeah? So do not, just because you have got the machine, you are able to see the baby growth and movement, you are so excited, you want to do ultrasound every month, unless it's indicated. I always believe that we do an investigation, doctors in the management. Otherwise, you don't do it. Yeah, you don't do it, yeah? Okay. Any other question on the sexual aspect just now? You ask me because it's a very private topic, yeah. But what I do for my patient in terms of their sexual health? Number one, complete history. They will have a questionnaire. Usually, my medical officer will go to the questionnaire in terms of their diet, their sleep, their energy level, their medication, their sexual relationship, how often, and then the woman or the menstrual cycle and all these things. Okay, they want to fill in a questionnaire for 100 questionnaires. And when they come to me, I will see the questionnaire. I already know maybe 40% of the person that I'm seeing in terms of their lifestyle. Okay, and then preferably, this patient, they will come for a blood test first. They will do the biochemistry, and then they will do the hormonal and a few of the vitamins. They will come, just take the blood test first thing in the morning, fasting, they go back. When the result is ready, they come and see me. It's more relevant that way. So I can address the issue specific to their figures, their numbers, their data. You understand? The first patient I see, first consultation is 2 to 3 hours. We will talk, some of them what we will talk today, but in greater detail. I will have to make them understand that I'm not managing them this particular instance. I'm managing them and telling them what they should do in the next 15, 20 years of their life. It's okay if they don't see me, but they know what is available, what is their responsibility, what are the available expertise around in general medicine and in other parameters. By the way, just now, bioresonance, you can use acupuncture also, you understand? Acupuncture, you can also use light therapy because it is in terms of wavelength, yeah? And people use various light, laser, acupuncture to stimulate certain meridian line to improve on your energy level. Yeah, very important. Okay. So subsequently, they will know what are their hormone level and what are the issue. And usually, I love to see people who are very sick, very old, because the first 2 months when they are on the basic supplement, which is I mentioned some of you, basic supplement are a good multivitamin, very good multivitamin, usually produced by Australian or American, because the dose is 10 to 20 times higher. Asian countries cannot produce vitamins of that level. You understand? It's wrong. You cannot manufacture vitamin high level. So you either buy online, a large extension, or find an Australian product. You must have a very good high dose multivitamin, omega-3 fish oil for the what you call this, for the flow of the blood vessels, of the blood in the blood vessels. Yeah. It was like an aspirin also, yeah. So it is anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory is anti-aging. Number 3 is good probiotic. A good probiotic is to help your gut. All your disease, your problem comes from your gut. So the probiotic will help you to adjust your hormone, your immune system, your absorption. So a good probiotic is one that has a lot of microorganisms and a lot of variety of microorganisms. As we age, the variety of organism comes down, and also the quality comes down. If you take a lot of antibiotic, it's gone. You understand? That we know now, children that take antibiotic within the first 2 months of the first 2 years of their life, later on in life, they will have autoimmune diseases. We know this very late because the antibiotic was given in the early 50s, 60s, and 70s. The autoimmune disease arise after they are 30 years old, 40 years old. You understand? This is population epidemiological study. So unless it is necessary, do not give your grandchildren antibiotic. Sometimes it is just a viral fever, which is antibiotic is useless. You understand? Yeah. You want to give actually giving a paracetamol also no good because fever is meant to stimulate the immune system. You want to give fever because you want to feel comfortable for yourself. Your son, your daughter is sick. You have to go to work. The fever is high. You have to calm them down. But the fever is for something. The fever is to stimulate your heat shock protein specific to the etiology of the fever, whether it's antigen, bacteria, virus, parasite. You understand? So these are the few things that we have to reteach ourselves. And then I told you probiotic, good vitamin, antioxidant. You have to take an antioxidant. If you want to remain healthy, younger, you should take vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. These are not everything. Take a good one and stick to it. For example, I take vitamin C 2 grams twice a day. 2 grams, you understand? 2 grams, not 500 milligrams. The small mouse, yeah, the rat, requires 350 milligrams vitamin C. The rat that's small requires 350, and you take 500 or 1 gram, it doesn't mean anything at all. You understand? Take about 2 grams minimum. If you got flu, running nose, maldia, increase it to 4. Nothing will happen to you. Forget about the stone. There is no stone as a result of high dose of vitamin C. You understand? Read about vitamin C. Google vitamin C. There are so many things. Even if you come for the IV drip, you can get 20 grams vitamin C. IV, 20 grams. If you have too much vitamin C, you cannot take anymore, you will have diarrhea. You understand? That is the limit of the vitamin C. Actually, you should try to increase the level of vitamin C to very high, so that you are healthy. Antioxidant. You can have your melatonin antioxidant, the glutathione, there are many types of antioxidant. Some antioxidants are powerful, some antioxidants are big in molecule. So you have to look. Some antioxidants are powerful, but so big. So it cannot go into all the cells. Instead of having a big vacuum cleaner, you cannot go under your cushion, you understand? So you have to get a small antioxidant. The smallest antioxidant is hydrogen atom. That's why people drink hydrogen water, you understand? Good. So these are the few things that if you want to be healthy, and therefore hopefully you have a more healthy sexual life, be healthy first, number one. To be healthy, if you think your health level now is so-so, you have to change your life. Something that you've been doing for the last 30, 40 years is not right. You understand? Maybe your eating is not right, your stress is too much, your food is not right, you're not exercising. You have to change. You have to, you've got another 20 years to live. In order to survive that 20 years, you cannot follow your old habit. Look at all your habits and slim them food. This is not very healthy. If you continue with this thing, you will deteriorate. This is just in general. Then only we move into the emotional well-being, the mental well-being, and then the sexual well-being. This is the approach that at least that's what I do. But I'm focusing on the sexual health. The sexual health usually they will come from my wife, the obstetrician. The woman will be very conscious of their health. Understand? They will come and see the doctor. Women see doctor more often than men. They see doctor every time when they are pregnant. They even see both 3-4 times more often. Their medical health decision in the family is by the woman, not the man. You understand? So the woman will see the lady obstetrician. They have got problem, and then they will bring their daughter. Oh, mommy is so good now. I want my daughter to be good. And then the doctor will drag the father. They will make appointments 6-7 times also they will come. You understand? They will drag the father. Finally, the father will come. Father will come, they explain. And then there comes a time when we talk about nutrition, both husband and wife and family sit together so that they can understand nutrition. We talk to the men about nutrition, they know nothing. You understand? They don't even know the name of vegetable. You understand? Until COVID, we got to go for shopping. Oh, this is what the baby. That's how good they are. I speak for myself. Yeah. So this is the progression. We have to look at our lifestyle. I think we are almost finishing time. It's so nice to be talking to you all.
No, already, just,
Any other question, please? We are giving a chance. We can sit down one or two more.
any questions for me? Okay, so anything you want to share? I've shared what I shared. And if things have sit in your brain, then you need to process it before you can ask questions.
Yeah. But I'm glad you yes.
Yes.
Can you use bioresonance to offset? For example, you know those habits are not good. You don't want to change your lifestyle. So you want to buy the machine to
Very
offset.
tricky question. Very
Right?
tricky.
Is this possible?
What have
It's
you-
like micro dosing away.
I have created
Biohacking, okay.
5-hour program.
Yes.
Okay. Biohacking, all those screen computer is an addiction. Okay? If you are doing biohacking and you are so close to the electrical source or the Wi-Fi, I want to tell you this Bible base. This utilize the frequency, the electromagnetic radiation. In this room, there are many frequencies. Like the Wi-Fi, radio wave, television wave, telephone, everything else. So my cell is being bombarded by all the waves. So my cell got no rest. You understand? So I got to neutralize this wave. So I use this to protect. This one will protect me, one with the surrounding me. You understand? But this the mechanism is not all the same. Some neutralize the wavelength, some eliminate my water molecule. So the molecule is shaking, it's not at rest like this at all. So they will realign the water molecule so that the cell, the water in the cell, or at least the disturbance in the cell is much less. I believe, I do not know. But smoking for sure. Addiction, smoking,
I have a take.
For example, lifestyle,
I have a take on this.
stress, let's say.
This machine has a certain wavelength to protect surrounding me. This machine is used in Germany. You can have for the house. There is even a 7-star hotel and a village that use this machine. This is why you have to read on the electromagnetic field. The use of the 5G and the 6G and the wavelength sometimes it's more penetrating into the cell. Understand? This is another different field, but you have to believe in it and these are the steps, some few of the steps.
To answer your question, specifically using bioresonance to treat that desires, I've actually created a 5-hour class program for the people who actually have devices at home, and I call that desire. So because I cannot change that person, because no matter how you tell me you cannot eat it, you cannot eat that, but we know about probiotics that can actually change the behavior of what you want, what you do not want. So I actually have a bunch of programs. I added a bunch of probiotics. I added a bunch of things called adiponectin and leptin that controls that person's psychology and even metabolism that make you naturally want the good stuff. Yes. So in fact, the feedback was, hey, I stopped wanting some fried foods. Yeah. So that is the thing that you can actually tune with. You can actually play around with the hormones, you can play around with the probiotics that actually regulate your impulsive mood. I want this bad food, I want that bad food. But these bunch of programs, it's 5-hour class, but actually this program is actually more effective for those who have devices at home. You use it very, very good.
Does that mean you're fixing sort of a root cause instead of?
Yes, instead of, because we've been treating that issue for quite some time, and we're still falling back to the same issue. This guy is still not compliant.
But let's say the person doesn't really want to fix the root cause, just want to offset on don't have the negative impact of the activity.
Oh, you mean like, I'm gonna just leave my own whatever I want to
You
do?
have a high stress lifestyle.
No.
But you just offset it instead of changing your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You use bioresonance to offset. Because you still maintain the same amount of stress, but via some program, you're able to offset it to a normal state.
The homework, but I want to take some marks.
I would like that program, but as long as you have the program, you can nullify that. But you are off it, then you are back to the square one, because the root cause is still there.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
But we teach all drugs, but I'm going to tell them the same time that you have. Okay, we have to stop now. Actually, we have.
How much is the machine cost?
Oh, for the home device, it's around 40 plus for a basic device, K, and then it's around 70 plus K for practitioners to use, to treat their patients. So practitioners to train as well.
You can train online, okay?
And we train
Go
online.
into it, and maybe the next 10 years you'll be PhD.
The theoretical part, if you want, we can have you get a link for you for training for bioresonance devices. This information is for you there as well. And yeah, you can actually get a theoretical part, an exam, get a certificate, and then you have to also go through the practical part, which, yeah, we have to arrange a second. Distributors, Professor Manu.
I'm not very good.
Okay, so
Okay, thank you.
oh, by the way, the last one, I think, yeah, this is one of the best parts, Gibby. We have lucky draw. So, first of all, we have 8 winners, and then we have actually an event promo. So 50% off the 3 sessions of intensive detox, taking off your heavy metals, taking off away your environmental toxins, taking off away your bad bacteria. That's one of it. And yeah, basically a bunch of it. So it's quite a lot already. That's around an hour and a half worth of therapy. Yeah. So that's one session. So 3 sessions means 4.5 worth of therapy. So 4. Okay. So we have a digital lucky draw here. Look at that. Make sure that everyone has their ticket.
Yes.
You have your tickets. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, nobody is missing any, right? Everybody have a ticket number? Yeah. Okay. So start the draw. Okay, the first lucky number, I'm going to click. See, digital lucky draw. Lucky number 31. 31. Okay. We'll just drop you like what we're entitled to or sessions. Basically that. Okay. Okay, that's the first one. Okay. Lucky number 19. Oh, okay. Congratulations. Okay. Your name? What's your name? Okay, no problem. You can stay with us later. Okay. Anyways, you got the number. So next. That's the second winner. So third winner. Oh, 28, 29, 29. Oh. Okay, that's the fourth winner goes to number 21.
Okay. Okay. Can't believe it. 23. Okay, so okay, those winners, you have to like mark down. Yeah, give us your name later on, yeah. Okay. Oh yes, Madam Farah, customer service. Number 16. What? Are you serious? Oh God. Okay, last winner. 22. Are you serious? 22. 22. Wow. You're lucky. Okay, that's 8. And whoever is present here will get 50% off our 3 sessions of intensity session. Okay, so thank you for your time. I think we're already like how much? Oh, 9 minutes. Just 9 minutes. So we have a testing session if you want to do just a bit of time more. If you want just check one item, like one register. Maybe you want to actually hardening like tendencies, then you can also check that for you. And once if you're interested in any of the intracellular calcium that Dr. was talking. Okay. Intracellular calcium that was mentioning, like you only need just a little bit of calcium to get in your cell. It gets directly into your cell. And the 33 strains of probiotics that is mobile, which is sprayable, and kept in room temperature. So 33 strains, and you can also, so with the probiotics you get a book, and also this brochure that tells you about gut microbiome. So that is marking the intracellular calcium, the calcium that goes directly to your cells. anyways, here's some checking. If you want to quick checking here and there, we can do it. You wanna send it to the first? Okay, good. Okay. Other than that, thank you so much for attending, and I hope you got something out of it. Okay, so Okay, so I don't know. Ah, yes. So this is a detector, and within this detector, amyloid fibers that is actually conductive. Okay, so, just keep in mind that we have a lot of influences here, like e-smoke, digital might affect the results. But these resolutions are more or less easy. Yeah, but still, the outside, they kind of go straight down to your, let's say, make sure that that is okay, so each one this is overall. So our natural frequencies, they are all in the action. So if they're in maximum action, they will follow the spiral and push it to turn. But if they're not, they're roughly and they're trying to come down. The result of their movement is up and down. Up and down means so this is the first test. But second thing, I'm going to ask you, if I give you healing frequencies, if you're okay in this stage, it's like the energy first we testing without any healing frequencies, then testing the healing frequencies. There's no significant effect, it just causes it to turn. Yes. Okay, so let me go back. So how do we check that, for example, any essential oil, anything, you know? energy is balance well, all these things and all. So sweet.
I'm glad you asked whether it's a feel good thing or whether it's
Meaning either we have one very complex activity, we don't know yet pinpoint, or there are multiple with side effects in everybody. So it's either so we can pinpoint point of treatment. But we found out that the practice was like what? We would just treat promoting animals. But it's very interesting. That's why I have these some people get very worried and shy. And then I I'm surprised myself. Not so much what's happening at the festival. This is just like some information. Even that itself is like,
If you look at this, they want to expand.
oh no, okay. Okay, so for you, what's like the again, we cannot eliminate the other influences.
Very
So, yeah, I didn't want to run away. That was over at least the small device, huge. The screen and everything. This is the part of the world. Okay, so let me give you a few frequencies. Even after you put three frequencies, it's still very busy. Means it's, for example, if you want to compare, like you're looking for serious. So this could be, I think in terms of the okay. Okay, so why is yours? Okay, look, your sugar resonances, I cannot even tap into your body frequencies now because you have this thing called the Schumann resonances. That you get the healing frequencies from the earth, and then you're not getting enough. So without this, it cannot help me amplify your frequencies. I cannot see it. I cannot. Yes. You not get the natural frequencies enough from the earth. Surface 7.5, sorry, 7.83, something because of the Schumann resonances. Without that, even in electrical objects, they use that, they call it preamp. Electrical engineering, preamp. Preamp also sound uses Schumann resonances. Yeah.
Preamp is what does it?
The Schumann resonances are the preamp for me to look like. Now you don't have the preamp. I'm putting the preamp up. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, we actually checked the Euro landscape at the Palace of the Golden Horses. They wanted the laughing conference. That's how I actually knew it. We actually tested his kidneys. Left or right, the kidney stone, and he actually confirmed that, oh yeah, this is my problematic kidney, as in, to both kidneys you have stones. But he actually already moved the treatment. But of course, yes, but of course we also encourage that person to be less acid. Cleansing, yeah. Cleansing 3 to 10 minutes. And chlorine, mostly cleansing, and vinegar. Yes, you actually see sand coming out. Yes. But it also depends on what the basic parameter, what the root causes of the damage. Looks like it's fine now. It's not that bad. Okay, that's what the cross is. See? Okay, looks like it's not too bad. One of the reasons yes, I'm going to check the blood it's a small device, so it's it's not that bad overall. I need to check, but overall, it's good overall. That's to say overall. But let's see the heart overall. Since this is good, because we don't only have only this issue, that's just blood issue. There's some other issues as well. Let's see heart overall. How is it? Overall, this heart overall is slightly when I give you feeding frequencies, the rod starts to spin, meaning the frequencies are harmonious when I give you just gives it tune. So meaning it's not yeah. Oh no, it's just down the street. Yes. What's this here? You're getting walk over.
Somebody there. You know that they've got something?
Okay. I hope you got something out of it.
Yeah.
Except from the, we don't know
livestream 還有 continue 還是幾個？是啊，一關了。OK。